Hi guys, and welcome back to Tangy Tea of Life. I'm your host Veronica. My co-host Brittany is back tonight, and we have a very special guest sitting with us at the table and sipping on some tea. Kevin Williams, aka Supe.
What's up, y'all?
Oh, we're so happy to have you.
Thank you for having me, man. I'm happy to be here.
Came a long way to be with us.
Oh yeah, all the way from Latta, South Kakalaki, Dillon County in the building.
Wow,
Right
we
now.
feel so special, right, Britt?
Right.
Yes. All right, so guys, tonight is a very special tea. Kevin, Supe, what
Yep.
you prefer? Supe.
Soup.
Okay,
Yeah,
Supe
soup
is
is cool.
Supe is going to tell us a little about himself, his life, the struggles, and all of that good stuff. Then we're going to get into his music and all of that. All right, so we'll let you start off, Supe, by telling us a little bit about yourself.
Well, like I said, first of all, I'm from Dillon County, born and raised pretty much. Well, actually, I was born in Marlboro County, Bennettsville. But at an early age, I moved to Dillon. I went to school in Latta. Really and truthfully, I mean, the younger me, I grew up pretty rough. I don't know how many people actually seen the documentary that I did, the mini documentary I did with TJ, TJ Films. We did a mini documentary on like how I grew up, really poor. We actually stayed in a single wide home, where my dad worked for a farmer, so that area was a lot of farming. And so my dad worked for this farmer, and we stayed in a single wide home that the farmer sold to my dad that burned out, and the hogs used to stay in. So my dad moved it to the land that we have in the family and, made it work. So, I mean, just rough life. I mean, we didn't have running water, no bathroom facilities. We actually had to use the bathroom in a bucket. You know what I'm saying? And I'm in school, me and my brother, my brother's sleepy. We get home from school, we have to like go cut wood in the wintertime because we heated by wood fire, old wooden heater.
Yeah.
Had to pump water. My mom had one of those old washing machines, the ringer thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had one of those. It took like 8 5-gallon buckets to fill that up. And that's just to wash like 1 or 2 loads of clothes. Just to wash, not to mention like rinsing. So,
Lord. Yeah.
so it was pretty rough. But I mean, just to be honest, I wouldn't choose no other way to actually grow up because I mean, it made me who I am. Like it made me like appreciate everything because I know where I came from. I mean, a lot of times my mom used to get upset with me because she used to like buy us stuff when we got older and we wouldn't wear it for a long time because you wasn't used to having that, so you want to keep it as long as you can.
Keep
But
them tags.
oh yeah, oh yeah, but yeah, like I said, I grew up rough, but that's just part of my testimony. I understand that that's the purpose that God had for me, and I had to take that path to be where I'm at now, and just to show people that I mean you can get it, but you got to get it out of the mud though, and that's what I did, like through God though.
Right.
So
So, how old were you when you started, like, feeling, like, when you started seeing change?
as far
As far as, you coming up rough, growing up, rough, poor, but when did you start seeing, I guess, when did you all start to get on your feet? I guess that's
probably around my high school years,
high school.
like freshman year, like I said, we had that mobile home, and then we upgraded to a better one, which still wasn't up to par. And then eventually, we got a double wide, which was like the best thing in the world. Like it was, like, and we didn't even, the thing about it is like we didn't even know we were getting it. Like my mom and dad worked it out. One day we came home from school, and we had to walk down a long dirt road to get home. And when we pulled up, it was this humongous house sitting
I
in
bet
the
that
field.
was excitement.
Right.
We ran all the way home because we knew, because it was, the old trailer was gone. They moved it to the back,
Yeah.
and the new double wide was there, and it was like, oh my God, like I can't
A
believe
feeling
it.
you'll never forget.
Never, never.
Yeah, so that's the question that I really want. I was wondering, like, did you experience this all the way through high school, or was it like a better life for you once you got in high school? And
Yeah, it was definitely better once I got in high school, because like grade school, like, you know, being that we were poor, like, my dad's a prideful man, you know, and because of our living situations, we couldn't even invite friends over, you know what I'm saying, because he
Yeah.
was too ashamed
Yeah.
of, you know. And I mean, like, when I was young, I used to be upset about it because I didn't understand, like, why when I go to my friend's house, they can go in their refrigerator and get anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They have access to everything, you
Right.
know? But here we are just struggling to get, like, by, period. And it's just the mere things, the necessities you need out of life. I mean,
The stuff we take for granted on the daily.
yes,
On the daily.
yes. That's why I say it was meant for me to go through that. It was meant for me, my brothers and sisters, my entire family to go through that. You know, but I just thank God that it was me and my brother. My brother right up under me. We were the one that went through it more than any of them, because, you know, my younger brothers and sisters didn't have to deal with that much of it, you
Yeah.
know. And plus, whenever they did have to deal with it, we were already seasoned, so we could take care of
Right.
them,
Right.
you know, help our parents out. So,
Yeah.
I mean, me and my brother, Sleepy, we were, let's see, 8, 9 years old. We were younger than that, working in the cucumber field.
wow,
Right. So, I mean, and it wasn't like, you hear stories way back in the day, your great-grandparents.
This wasn't that long ago.
No.
8 and 9 year olds around that time, they wasn't thinking about that.
No. We get off the bus some days and go straight to the cucumber field.
Yeah.
You know, because they needed that extra
Right.
help to make that extra money
right,
to pay the light bill.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes it still wasn't enough. It's been times where we've sat in the dark, candles. You know, it's been times like I know what struggling is. It's been times where we've only had what we call flour bread and syrup, you know, to eat. But I mean, my mom always made it happen. My dad worked, but like I said, it wasn't enough, you know.
wow.
Yeah.
And you know, you think about these kids these days, they have it made. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, I didn't get to see, you know, thank God, you know, the struggles of life, but things that we've been through when my age, you know, kids just got it totally made
Oh my
these
God.
days.
And they don't see
And
it.
they
That's
don't
the-
see
that's the
it.
part
They
about
don't
it. They don't see
appreciate
it.
it.
Right, absolutely. And I try to instill that in my kids now. Like, you know, like, this is how I was brought up. Like, I'm even trying to get to the point where I take them out to where I was at, like where I came
So
from,
they can see
so they
what
can see.
reality
And
sinks in.
and it's amazing because when I moved away, I moved to Virginia for a little while, for like 10 years, and I came back. And then now it's like everything's full circle. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you started out here, I want to get away because I can't take it. Like, out of
You
the
need to get away.
memories,
Yeah.
I got away, got to enjoy Virginia, you know, shout out to Suffolk. And when I came back, it was like a whole nother different frame of mind. You know,
Right.
it was like, because it's a little slower here and a little faster there, it's like now I can kind of like maneuver a whole lot easier, you know, how to make things happen because of what I've learned in other places.
Right.
But other than that, I would have just been like stuck because it puts you in a frame of mind. Like, perfect example, when I moved to Virginia, it was a guy I was working with, a black guy, and he was like, what are you doing after work? And I was like, I don't have anything planned. He was like, I need you to ride with me. I was like, cool. So we riding in the neighborhood, nice neighborhood. And I was like, man, these some nice houses. He was like, yeah, I stay here. And I was like, wow. I was like, yo, I was like, for real? I was like, that makes me feel good that a brother is doing good. He was like, man, he looked at me, he was like, this is mostly us.
Wow.
And it blew me away. And I'm talking about, I'm grown, and I'm like,
Right.
wow. Like, so it is really out there. Like, and I think that's what a lot of us in these small towns, we get stuck
Because it's
in
all
a,
you see.
in a mentality that, you know, is nothing out there, but the world is a lot bigger
Right.
than,
Right.
Little South Carolina.
right, and the little towns in South Carolina.
Yeah.
And I just,
Especially in the small towns.
re-
Because
really,
a lot of times you get stuck into this mindset that even though you may know that there's better out there and there's more out there, you just think it ain't for us.
right,
It's
Yeah.
for them. Whoever
Right.
them may be, it's for them.
right,
Yes, it's not
right.
for us.
And-
Which is crazy.
It
yeah,
is crazy.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that was God meant for that to happen. For you
Oh,
to
yeah.
run into somebody who come in. At that point, you're seeing, okay, he's my equal. We work together. This is my friend.
It's out there.
And he live here. That mean I can live here.
It's out there.
Right.
And I went and got it. You know, I'm at that time I was in a relationship where, you know, and we went in, we bought a nice house, but I mean, this also goes back to what you learn, because when you come from a poverty-stricken environment, your mentality when it comes to economics and finances are jacked
yeah.
up.
Yes.
Because a lot of stuff you just don't know.
You don't know,
Yeah.
or a lot of stuff you learn from a person that don't know.
Right.
You know, that's why people ended up with. I had friends, even myself. I couldn't get stuff when I got older because guess what? My parents had to get it in my name, and then they couldn't afford
By the
it.
time you're there and at the point where you might need some cable or you might need to sign for this,
My
sign
credit
for
shot.
that. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, and that's part of the struggle too. Like the economics. Like once we understand that,
Yeah.
you know, then
Yeah, because we can't know something that we wasn't taught.
right.
You know what I'm saying? If our parents didn't know, they couldn't teach it to us.
No.
So that's why a lot of us are so lost, you know, when we get older,
Yep.
because our parents didn't know to
Right.
teach us
Right.
those things.
It took me a long time to realize that too, because like I said, I had a lot of animosity, you know, towards life. But I didn't realize that it was life that I was angry with. I thought it was people, you know what I'm saying? My dad
Right.
or my mom. And, you know, and then one day it just hit me. It was like, well, your dad only did the best he knew.
Exactly.
Which is more than most.
Right.
Now, when did
Which
you
is more than
when
most.
did you realize that?
Oh, I was older. I was out of school.
When it finally clicked?
Yeah, when I became a dad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
And you see how hard it is.
not only that, I started seeing some of the stuff he did to me
That you was
that
doing.
I was doing. I was like, I never do that. And then one day, I did something. I was like, wait a minute. My dad used to do this exact same thing. Why did I do that? Because I learned it from him. It was ingrained in me, you know. And so then you got to go back and look at, you know what I'm saying, like do some self-analyzation and be like, man, I need to change about this. I need to break this cycle,
Right.
basically.
Right. You
And
have
that-
to break the cycle.
And that's a hard thing. That's a hard thing.
Yeah.
Generational curses, all
Right.
that stuff is real, man.
Yeah.
So
It's definitely real. Well, we're going to switch topics. I want to talk about the and guys, if you can see this little fly flying around, please excuse.
We're not crazy.
We
We're
cannot
not
get
just-
this fly out of here. Okay, but I want to talk about, because I know you host a and I don't know if you want to talk about how you got here first, so we can always jump back. But I wanted to talk about the Stop the Violence rally that you had in Latta, that you host. Can you tell us how you got to the point where you wanted to host something like that, where you want, you know, to stop the violence in our neighborhoods? Like, what
Well,
happened in your life to make you focus
well,
on that?
actually, when I came back, I was connected with Buddha Rap. And, you know, they got a big Stop the Violence movement going on. And actually, I love it. Like, I love it. Like, I always wanted to give back to my younger brothers and sisters, the community, no matter how big I got, you know, because people love to say, you get big, don't forget about me.
Right.
Like, I don't think like that. Like, no matter what happens in my career, my musical career, I'm going to still be me. So,
Right.
you know, understanding that, or with the understanding that I know that it's gonna be times where I get to a certain level where I can't maneuver a certain type of way, but that comes with, you know, knowledge.
Right.
But when the idea was presented, it was actually a friend in the grocery store. We were talking, and he was talking about the Stop the Violence. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, yeah, let's do one in Atlanta. And I was like, yeah, that'll be straight. And everything, you know, we had people come from all over, like, to help out, you know, like to donate stuff, and the love that people showed, and the donations that we got, and the sponsors, the people that came and cooked, just gave free time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Was amazing. And I think out of everything I've ever done in my career, that was the most rewarding to me. Like I'm standing there, you know, just networking, talking to people, and to feel a little kid tug on you, and you look down and like, thank you, Mr. Supe, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, that whole day, I was on such a emotional high that it's unexplainable. Like I'm an emotional person.
Yeah.
You know, I'm very sensitive.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, so it was like I cried like the rest of the day.
Wow.
And
Because
then,
it just
Right.
touched you that much.
Right. And then, I mean, it's amazing how God works. And it's amazing how he set things up in sequence where he validates what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So immediately after this Stop the Violence rally, a brother got shot. I'm standing in the middle of the park, and all I hear, it sounded like fireworks. So I know it wasn't a big, humongous gun. But I'm standing there, and it's like surreal, pow, pow. I'm like, oh, okay. It wasn't gunshots. Couldn't have been.
Right. Not after they stopped the
Right.
violence.
Ain't no way.
All of a sudden, I see people running back. And I'm like, oh my God, like, okay. At first, I was upset. I'm upset anyway, but I now realize that was God, because it was some oppositions that people didn't want it to happen.
Yeah.
Because of whatever reason they have.
Yeah.
And that's exactly why. And I promised God then, I said, you know what? They're gonna have to kill me. And I mean that. Like, I would give my life so my kids, our kids, can live. Because I mean, why don't we get the same shot that everybody else can
Exactly.
get? Why? Why is it so far-fetched? Why am I considered racist? Because I want my kids
To have that same, yes, the
right.
same opportunity.
Don't put
You want a level playing field.
Yeah, don't put a twist or a spin on my motives, because
Right.
that's what they do. And then they try to cause division within us. And a lot of us, we're so,
They fall for it.
exactly. You said it perfect.
Cause we're so defensive by nature.
Yeah. And I
nature.
don't get how
We
we
side eye
always
everything.
so against each other instead of coming and supporting one another, and you know what I'm saying, like
Yeah.
us coming together.
Right. Yeah.
It's like it's always somebody
Yeah.
always against each other.
And the only thing that bothers me, but what really bothers me is when we do it among other people. I
Yeah.
consider, like my mom used to always tell, well, go on in this house, stay in this house.
That's right.
Let's check each other
Yeah.
within each other. Don't check each other around nobody else.
Right.
Because guess what? They sit back and they say, see,
What I told you.
they can't get along.
Right.
They can't get along. The same way they put up a united front, that's what
So,
we
and
need
if
to
they
do.
can't respect each other, why should I respect?
Right. And we're not going to get that
Right.
respect until
Yeah.
we,
Right.
that's why when we went to the town, and they was like, you need police there? No, we'll police our own people. We don't need that type of
Because it,
Right, 'cause
instantly creates a different vibe.
It does,
Instantly.
it
Yeah.
does, because the whole time we were there, it was like, I was like I said, it was surreal. I'm looking around like, wow, this is really happening. This is really a good thing, you know, like, and like I said, the Stop the Violence rallies I did with Buddha, they've been amazing. But this was my hometown.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? People I know personally, like,
Yeah.
So
we go
they
to
hit a different spot.
Yeah.
really, people I graduated with, you know, their kids there, you know what I'm saying? They there. People coming up to me. We got a lot of like street guys coming up to me and saying, man, look, I appreciate this. You know, that means a lot to
Yeah.
me. Like, you know, because people will look at you and they'll judge you because of where you've been or what you do, not realizing that at the end of the day, you're still a soul, you're still a heart,
Exactly.
you know.
And everybody can change.
Right, and you got kids, and who's to say that I wasn't the person that God sent to make these people be like, hold up, man,
Right.
I got to do something different,
Yeah.
you know.
Exactly.
You know, it might be an artist there that was like, dang, this man just did a dope set, and he didn't curse not one time.
Because it don't take that.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
Like you can speak and say what
You
your
need to
voice
say.
can be heard without using curse words.
It really can. I had a major in JRTC that used to tell me cursing only shows your lack of vocabulary.
And they don't care. And it's funny you brought that up because I was leaving Walmart today, and these two young girls was walking. You know, you got older people sitting in their car with the window down,
that hurts.
and they just cursing. I'm saying to myself, no respect.
None.
None. But you wonder why? Because see, people don't believe in energies. Whatever you put out,
It's what you get
it's,
back.
it's coming
Oh,
back.
yeah.
So if you're a negative person, you always around here cursing, be this,
That's
be
all
that.
you
Right.
ever get back.
Right. But until, like I said, I made a post about we need to stop calling each other the B and the N word, you know, and start looking at each other and calling each other kings and queens.
Yeah.
Because you got to speak this thing into
Right.
existence, and it really is that law of attraction is real. People can say if they want to, but if you want to get biblical about the same thing, reap what you sow.
Yeah.
Life and death in the tongue. You know what
Right,
I'm saying?
exactly.
In the beginning was the Word was God. Everything God did in the Word, in the world, He spoke it into existence. So that let you know His power in
Yep.
words.
And I noticed that when we inbox each other, you always say queen.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's powerful. Yeah, you're right. We got to speak it into existence.
Yeah.
Or it's not going to happen.
It's not.
Point
It's not.
blank.
And it starts with you first.
Exactly. Exactly. I choose to be the change I want to see.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit back and just talk. Oh, we
Right.
got problems, this, that, and third. What are you gonna do about it?
What are you going to do about it? Sit there and talk, or you going to make some changes?
Right.
That's
Make
what
it
everybody
Right.
else is doing. That's why it's nothing moving.
We can't all be sitting.
And we sitting
We
back
all
waiting
can't
for
be sitting.
other
We can't
people.
all be sitting.
We waiting for other people to
People
do
to make-
for us.
yeah.
That bystander effect.
Right.
Got that bystander effect
Right.
going on.
And I'm pretty sure I stepped on some politicians' toes, but
Hey,
it is what it is.
somebody
like I
got to
said,
take that step.
Like I said, I mean, we putting these people in office based upon them telling us we're gonna do this in
Right.
your community, we're gonna do that. Once they get in our community, once they get in office, guess what? They push us.
The wants and the needs go right out the window.
Right.
They just wanted
They
to
done came
see.
to our church and everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Want your vote?
Right.
Hadn't seen them since.
Hadn't seen them since. So next term, when they come up, guess what we got to do? Send them.
Yeah.
You gotta go, buddy.
Yeah, 'cause you ain't did what you
didn't do
promised.
it, and we're not gonna give you a second chance.
Right.
Yeah.
Now us, no,
Right.
we're gullible, naive sometimes, to a fault, you know. And a lot of that comes with fear,
Yeah.
ignorance, you know. So we just got to get out. We just got to step our game up
Yes.
as far as us as a people and how we feel about
Yeah.
ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Because once we realize, and that's what they know, once we realize our true power,
That's a wrap.
ooh,
Done. God, do you know how powerful we could be if all of us got along with each other? And stop hating on somebody because they got a new job. Stop hating on somebody because they got this new house.
car.
How about be happy for one another?
Or how about if you feel a certain type of way, come on, go to that brother and say, man,
How'd you do it?
what did you do?
How can
to
I
get
get? How can I
See, I'm
get
the
where
type of
you
person, I
at?
like to see great stuff going on. I
Me
don't have
too.
to be the person to do the great
neither.
stuff, but I like to see great stuff happen.
Exactly, and I like to tell
If it's
people
me,
you're doing
great.
a good
If it's
job.
not,
I
oh
love what you're
well.
doing. You know, keep it up. Like
Right.
we have to be there for
Yep,
each other.
yep.
We're not gonna get anywhere.
No.
Nope.
No.
But
That's-
a lot of that is learned. A lot of
Yeah.
that is.
And it takes time.
It does. It does. A
Because
lot.
what you don't want is for it to be ingenuine.
Oh, definitely.
You don't want that.
Nope.
So tell us about your brand, Watch God Work.
It was something I just used to say, you know, watch God work. And then when I got back in the music, because I've been in music forever, you know, and I started out. That's how I know Buddha rap.
Okay.
That's how I know B-Lord. That's how I know all these guys around here. Shy C.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we've been in the game forever,
Yeah.
but I was on the other side, and I quit. Completely left it alone for almost a decade, over a decade. Only because I was dealing with somebody that didn't support me, you know. So I was like, man, it's either me or the music, you know. And me being trying to be a man about
Right.
mine, you know,
Yeah.
not knowing that my real passion, like I was gonna end up building resentment, you know. So
Of course.
anyway, so it was something I just used to say, like, watch God work, watch God work. And then when I started back doing the music, God told me, he was like, look, check this out. I gave you a talent, but when I gave it to you, you used it the wrong way. You got to recognize that music is a very strong tool, very strong tool, and it is being used in a way right now, and you could see it, that is destroying our community.
Yeah.
I can name a bunch of rappers, famous rappers, that I refuse to listen to.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, man,
Those lyrics.
it's not enough that our young females are out here acting the way they act, but then you got a whole crew of females over here, like, condoning it, like,
Oh, yeah.
saying, you know, this is what you should do for money, and
Yeah.
you know, twerking and all that stuff, and then, you know, there's nothing left of the imagination
Right.
anymore. You know what I'm saying? And then,
At all.
but then you see posts all the time. Can't find no good men. No good men ain't looking for you.
They not checking for that.
Because they already done seen everything they need to see
Right.
what you on.
Exactly.
You know. But anyway, so you know, I started doing the Watch God work. When I came back on this side, God was like, you know, you got to use it. If you go back into music, you got to use it for the greater good, to uplift my name. And I was like, okay, gee, how in the world am I gonna write lyrics about the Bible? Who wanna hear that? That's how I'm thinking, like, that's gonna be so hard for me, because I'm going from B's and N's and MFs, which is so easy to do, you know, to
Now you
actually
gotta think about it a little bit.
incorporate script. I could always write poems.
Right.
Yeah.
And not trying to be funny, that's how I used to get all my
Yeah.
women. I'm
Her
shoot them a
poems.
poem. Here you go. You
Read
know,
it,
you
sweetie.
know what I'm saying? But I could always write poems. I always good with words.
Yeah.
But when I started writing, and when I started letting God use me, I noticed that it wasn't necessarily me using the Bible per se. All I had to do was incorporate my life and what I've been through, and then just push God, and then incorporate the Bible when I could. You know, don't force it.
Right.
You know,
Let it
'cause-
flow.
yeah, because God had got me.
Exactly.
So then I was using the Watch God Work brand, and then it just hit me one day. And, well, I was using the hashtag, and I was like, you know what? This is bigger than the hashtag. Now, you can go back on some of my posts, and I say that it's more than a hashtag. Because Watch God Work, it says so much. Like, not only am I moving for him, so you watching me, but I'm speaking that. I'm saying watch God work. Like, people say pray for me, I hashtag watch God work. That's a faith. That's a faith thing.
That's saying you know what's gonna happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Watch God work. You know what I'm saying? That's saying
You ain't hoping.
watch it. Look at the power of God.
I ain't kidding.
You know what I'm saying? I've had so many instances. Like, it's even to the point where people have ridiculed the brand. Like, you know, because, you know, for whatever reason, oh, watch God work, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, man, one thing about it, you have to be careful how you touch God people.
Okay.
And I don't mean like
Definitely.
this. You ain't got to necessarily touch them
You
with
ain't
your
got
hand.
necessary- Nope.
You know what I'm saying? You can put your mouth on the
That's
person.
right.
What you manifest.
And these
Yeah.
same people that ridicule the watch God work, they have come to me and say, hey man, I want a t-shirt. I want a hat, because they know that it's bigger than just, it's not just a bunch of words I'm around here throwing around, or a hashtag I'm throwing around, or money I'm trying to make. It's not even nothing to do with that. It's just that I believe in God, and I know God is so faithful
He is real.
because of all the things I've been through in my life, that I'm a living testimony. Watch me move. I'm not perfect. I'm did some horrible things. I admit that. But at the same time, he redeemed me. He forgave me. You know? And I was able to overcome a lot of stuff, and I'm still moving.
Yeah.
but I'm moving for him. And I'm noticing like now, the more that I'm in tune to him. I started 2019, I was saying, God, I'm going to do whatever you want me to do. I'm going to go wherever you want me to go.
Mm-hmm.
And man, it's like he been opening up doors left and right.
Won't he do it?
And exactly. And I'm sitting back like, wow, I never thought I'd be here. Or I never thought this person would talk to me about this. Or I never thought people would jump in my inbox and say, look, I'm going through this.
Mm-hmm.
What's up? Or I hit them up and I'll be like, look, check this out. This is what you got to do, that, this, and third. I'm not giving you advice. I'm giving you script.
Right.
I'm using God's word.
Right.
And then when God give me something to tell somebody, like a lot of times, I can read somebody's post and I jump in their inbox.
Mm-hmm.
Look, check this out.
Yeah.
This is what God is. Don't let, because see what society is doing now, they're trying to water God down.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They're trying to make you question, is God really real? Why do so many bad things happen? If God was
Right.
this, that, and the third, man, you know how grandparents and parents didn't play that mess.
Exactly. Oh no.
You ain't finna come out your mouth any kind of way
Yeah.
about
Exactly.
God.
Right.
But the same God, I'm noticing the same God that people criticize is the same one that got to come back and ask for something when they're in a bind.
Oh yeah.
So that's why I sit back and I be like,
Yeah.
wow.
Because
You-
you know
you
it's going to
gotta-
come full circle.
You gotta warn them when you're going through the bad and when you're going
Right.
through the
Exactly.
good.
Exactly.
You gotta warn them all the
You
time.
can't question them when you all right.
No,
Right.
no.
Then when you
no,
struggling.
Yeah.
No.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
So that's where watch God work.
Pretty much. Yeah. It means so much. Like
Yeah.
whatever it means to you,
Mm-hmm.
whenever you hear it, that's what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you can't take away from it.
Exactly. It speaks for itself.
Yeah, you can't
Watch
take
God
away. So
work.
whatever you can think of, that's what it means.
Yeah.
And I can think of, like I said, faith.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the main thing. My mom was a big faith, that mustard seed.
Mm-hmm.
She was a big faith person. And that's where I think I got a lot of mine from. Like, it's been times like, I give a perfect example. Yesterday, I had to take an assessment test for increase.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to be honest with you. I knew absolutely nothing on that test.
Mm.
Nothing. When I looked at the test, I was like, oh, Jesus.
What is this?
But anything I do, like I take a test or whatever, my food, I pray over.
Right.
So I prayed over. I was like, good Lord. I don't know how I need 80%. Okay, I know this one right, I know this one right. But the rest of these, I've
Right.
never seen this in my life. The lady came back to the table. She said, you scored 87%.
Look at God.
Watch them work.
Okay.
Guess what I did? Broke down crying right on the spot. I broke down crying because I knew, like, God,
wasn't you.
more and more every day, God is revealing to me, yeah, you got these naysayers around me saying I'm
Right.
not real. But I done proved to you over and over again
That
how
I'm
real
real.
I am. And this is why I'm putting you in this position. Like, don't play with me.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, either you're going to believe or
Or
you're
you're
not.
not.
Yeah.
No in between.
But here I am right here,
Mm.
87%. When the lady read it to me, she was like, you scored. I said, you lying. She was like, no, I'm very serious. You blew this test out of the water.
Mm.
I broke down. Because you know how them chills?
Yeah.
That's what I call it, the chills. But
Yeah.
it's just a spirit.
Yeah.
You know, God's spirit is.
Yeah.
I
But,
felt
but without that faith, though,
it wouldn't
you
have never
wouldn't-
happened. It wouldn't have never happened.
you have to have that faith, man.
And what
I get excited when I
and,
think
and the
about
crazy
it.
thing is, I was almost done with the test, and I was like, oh God, I didn't pray over this test. I was like, Lord Jesus, open up my third eye, and I was about to get up, and I looked at the lady. I said, man, I said, this test blew my mind. She looked at me. She said, but you never know. And I sat back down and started correcting answers, and don't even know.
How can you correct what you don't know?
Wow, right.
Look at that.
Right.
And I was like, I was looking at stuff. I was like, for some reason that don't look right. Nah, I'm gonna go with number 2.
Yeah.
When she said 86, I couldn't do nothing but cry. I tell you I'm gonna cry, baby. Cried all day yesterday. Then on my way home, had one of my homeboys call me and give me some more good news about more shows I got coming up. I told him, I said, brother, I can't keep crying all day. I can't take it. I'll be dehydrated soon, but
But sometimes that crying just make you feel
Oh,
even
my
better.
God.
Such a tear's
You know,
joy.
Oh my
yes.
God. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. Like, it's not I'm sad or anything.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. It's that happiness, that joy.
and I'm noticing the more, like I tell people all the time, the enemy got to come up with some new tricks
Okay.
for me.
Yeah.
It ain't working.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you got to come somewhere else because
Yeah.
you came through the back door. So I recognize that. You definitely not coming through the front anymore because I've been
So
saw
you
that.
gotta
Yeah.
make a door.
You something, dig a tunnel, something,
Yeah.
build a wall, something. I don't know.
You can't stop God, children.
You can't.
Now,
You
no
can't.
matter how hard you try,
What's meant for me is
it's
for me,
that's right.
and nobody can. You get in the way of it if you want to,
Yeah.
and God make you an example.
Okay.
Matter of fact, He's gonna convert you over to where I'm at. You're
Hallelujah.
gonna be on my side,
Mm.
cause that's what I pray for.
Exactly.
I pray for my enemies.
Come on over.
Yeah, I pray for my enemies, and I pray earnestly. Like I don't pray that God do anything bad, cause that's not what He tell you to do.
Right. Pray
It's
for your enemies.
Pray for them, like because they're humans,
Yeah.
you know.
Mm. Well, whew.
I'm about to give y'all a
This was
sermon up
okay.
here.
Preach. All right, so tell us about your, because we're going to wrap it up, but tell us about your music career. Like, where are you going to be next? I love your song, Pray For Me.
Yeah.
I love that song. Is it like out like on
Oh, yeah.
Tell 'em
iTunes?
where they can find it.
Yeah,
Excuse
tell
me,
us where
sorry.
we can find that.
Well, actually, I have a website. That's www.supemain. That's SUPEMANE.com. You can get all my music. I have Pray For Me. I have Still Alive. I have Ain't Perfect. So I have 3 singles that's out. Pray For Me was actually, and also you can get it on all digital platforms.
Mm-hmm.
So I got it on, actually have it on anything you can pull up.
Okay.
Tidal, iTunes,
Apple.
iHeart, Apple, you know, everything, Google Play. But Pray For Me actually is a song that was inspired by me growing up. You know, because like I said, my mom was a devout Christian.
Yeah.
Like she didn't play no, I'm talking about, I'm gonna wear a skirt. I'm not wearing pants type Christian. You know what I'm saying? That old,
Yeah,
that
That's what
old.
got y'all through.
Yeah, it really did.
Yeah.
It really did. Like, I know my mama interceded a lot of times
Yeah.
for the enemy trying to destroy me and my brothers and, like, my family. And this was the first song when I decided that I wanted to come back to rap because even though I quit for 10 years, I still loved it. You know what I'm saying? I'm still addicted to it.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I want to do this, but I just can't bring myself to do it that way. But I can't see how I could do it this way, you know? And I had went through something, and I was on looking through, like, I go through producers' websites all the time, just listen to beats. And this beat, I heard this Pray For Me beat.
Mm.
And you know a song is meant to be sung when you hear it and you can write
Just like that.
just like that. And that's how that, I wrote the song probably in maybe an hour.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Hook and all. My
Oh, my
shout out to
goodness.
my sister KJ, that song, Pray For Me.
Yeah.
But I linked up to her and I said, "This how I want the song. This is what I want you to say."
Mm.
And we went there and we knocked it out. But I remember sitting on my recliner, and it was just coming to me.
Yeah.
Like I got another one I'm working on now about my son that passed away, and I can honestly say, I'm not trying to compare the two. It's probably gonna be more powerful than Pray For Me.
Wow.
Because when I was writing this song, I couldn't do nothing but cry because, you know, sometimes when you go through stuff, that's why, you know, I used to drink a lot, smoke a lot, because I'm masking my pain.
Right.
Exactly.
Not realizing, I'm thinking, oh, it's making it feel better. You know, you hear people say all the time, well, you can drink, do this, and it's gonna still be
Yeah.
there when you come back.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna stop me from doing it,
Right.
because I'm still do what I wanna do, because
Right.
it's the thing for me to do.
Yeah.
But when I decided that I was gonna sober up, I was gonna stop smoking, I had to start dealing with those real emotions. And I didn't realize that I didn't deal with my son passing away. And the more I wrote, the more I cried, and it was like, God was like, you gotta do this. You gotta do this. Nobody said it was gonna be easy, brother.
Yeah.
Nobody said, matter of fact, you're gonna have one of the hardest roads, and I already know that. I'm already seeing it. That's why I know, because there's so much stuff, negative stuff that happens around me that I don't get touched in. I already know that I'm covered.
Right.
But I know this the road I got to go down, so I can't be scared.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
What do you say? Don't fear?
No, fear not. It's vengeance in mind. They're not going to touch you, brother.
Right.
They might try, but they're not going to touch you. And the beautiful thing about him is when they do try to touch you and you know it and you pray for him, he's going to put you in a position to see how he get vengeance.
Exactly.
Every time. It's never been a
Never
situation.
failed.
And I'm like, it's been times where I've been like, God, okay, that's enough. I ain't wanting to be too bad. I'm
Yeah.
like, good gracious, are you really going through it like that? But just a week ago, you was making fun of watching God work.
Right.
You was ridiculing it when you know how I feel about it. You
Yeah.
know? But you know, that pray for me. Yeah, that's my baby.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
that
that's
song.
the first single I came with, and everywhere I go, everywhere. I mean, there's no exaggeration. I don't care how dope my set is. That's the one song that everybody come up to me and
Yeah.
talk about. They might talk about the other one. I even had shout out to Jack of Spades in Virginia, one of the biggest DJs in Virginia, and we Capri. Shout out to Capri. Lauren, she have like a special edition, like what she do different cities. So I represent Supe. And when I came off stage, he walked up to me and said, "Man," he was like, your show's pretty dope." And he looked at me, he's like, "But that pray for me." And he just dropped his
telling
head.
you.
He's like, "I gotta
love
have that, bro. I gotta have it." So, you know.
Yeah.
But like I said, I try to, keep a humble spirit and just let God use me. Like, the more I do this and the older I get, the more I realize that, and I tell people this all the time, if I could do this without being seen, I would.
Yeah.
I always pray, God, help me decrease so you can increase.
Right.
If I can stand behind a curtain and rap and get the same response,
Yeah.
I would, because I don't care anything about
Right.
the line
It's
like
not
that.
about the spotlight.
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything.
As long as you speaking their word, telling their word, trying to get somebody attention.
And I always do.
Yeah.
I always do. And I'm not just doing this I'm doing this for the youth, but it's adults out there that's lost.
Yeah.
Why you think the youth is lost?
Exactly.
It's adults that done came up to me and be like, man, bro, you really got me thinking. I'm jumping my inbox. Hey, man, I've been thinking about doing this with my life. What direction should I go? Hey, man, just talk to God and trust Him.
That's
Trust
the one.
One thing people need to learn, and I say this all the time, when you pray and ask God to do something, move out of the way. That's our biggest issue. Because one thing about God, He don't need no partner.
Exactly.
He's God alone.
Yes.
So we'll say, God need you to do this, but boom, I'm going to do this first, and I'm going to help you out. And guess what He said?
How you giving him a roadmap?
Right.
Stand
I'm
still,
I'm
watch
Right.
I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna be right here, and when you mess it up,
Right.
you can come back
Come
to
back,
me.
yeah.
You can come
Tag
back.
me in when
because
you
I'm
finish.
gonna be here. He said, what he say? Behold, I stand at the door and knock. I stand.
Stand still.
He's not a bullying God,
Right.
because he don't have to knock on your door. He can knock your door down.
Okay. Come on in, Lord.
Yep. We gotta pray and move out of the way and trust. It's not about our timing. Because
Yeah.
there's been a lot of times I know that if I'd have touched certain situations where people done met, like, I done been in some things where I could have done certain things on a street level.
Yeah.
But I know that if I do it, I'm going to mess it up. I'm going to get caught.
Yeah.
But if God do it, who you going to hold accountable?
Right.
The person that did it.
God is big. Better move out the way.
Gotta move.
Ain't no hiding.
None.
Because He's there. Ain't that something?
Everywhere.
Yeah, all the time.
Wow. Well, Kevin, Supe, thank you so much for
You're
coming
welcome.
and sipping
You're welcome.
tea with us.
You're
This
welcome.
is so informative.
It was.
And,
Yeah.
I love to hear people talk about
I
God.
love the order in the room.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
God is amazing.
Oh, he's definitely here.
Yes.
Yeah, the spirit is definitely here.
Yes. So, guys, make sure you check out Supe Music.
Yep.
You can find his singles on
All
yeah.
digital platforms, and like I said, my website www.supemane.com. I have apparel, you know, hats, shirts. Even if you want something specially made, I could do that too. So.
And social media.
You can look me up. My Facebook, my personal page is Calvin Williams, but I just realized today I reached my 5,000 max. So
Okay.
you just gotta follow me now. You know.
Yeah.
Instagram at Supe Blackout, SUPEBLAKOUT, and the same thing at Facebook. Like I have a music page on Facebook too, SUPE Supe.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you for coming and
Thank you for having me, man.
sharing your story with us. Amazing. So, all right, guys, so that's going to wrap it up for Tangy Tea of Life. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and leave comments below. And if you would like to be a guest on Tangy Tea of Life, just go to our email at tangyteaoflife@gmail.com. Like our Facebook page, Tangy Tea of Life. You can leave comments and inbox us there on Facebook as well. All right, guys, until next time, we will see you later. Bye.
Peace out.